By now, you've probably seen the news or heard about it on the radio or saw it on Facebook or somewhere on the internet that the former teacher from Tennessee, his name's Tad Cummins, Cummins, I forget his name exactly, but he was finally found after kidnapping this 15-year-old girl that was his former student. They finally caught him, I think, yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I think on the 22nd of April, the year 2017. Now, I didn't want to make a long video about this. I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents about this situation and what's possibly ahead for this guy going forward. About maybe he's definitely going to prison. Let's be honest, he's going to prison. What I wanted to talk about briefly first is this dude preyed on this girl, a 15-year-old student. I think in the news, if I'm right, I could be wrong, so don't quote me on this, but the way they made it out to be was like she liked him and he liked her. But me personally, what I think is that he preyed on her and he was just going to do whatever he had to just to find somebody, some kind of prey. And then he found it in the form of this 15-year-old girl. Now, there's in no way do I ever condone this because it's not something you definitely want to do. And in his case, he's going to have a very rough road ahead of him. I mean, the guy had the whole country looking out for him. Police departments, highway patrols, just regular people. And thank the Lord that this guy was dumb enough to take this girl. He took her to a kind of a wooded area. And I will put a picture on screen to show you of the cabin-like area that they found him at. And the news said that the plan was the next morning the guy who owned the property was going to go out, and he was supposed to bring them out there and say, let's build this rock wall. And when they opened the door, that's when law enforcement was there to nab this guy. So thank God that the plan went ahead as they planned, or right there near as they planned, because this guy, just judging by where they found this girl at and the area that they found her at, this guy was getting ready to, just pardon the dark tone here, but he was getting ready to dump the body. This girl was not going to be alive for much longer. I mean, this guy went from Tennessee all the way to California for a reason. And that reason, I suspect, was to dump the body as far away as possible and then get on with his life. I mean, he was in Northern California, so all he'd have to do is get through Washington State, and now he's in Canada. And I'm not sure about extradition laws in Canada, if they would say, well, you're here, you're wanted in the United States, we're just going to ship you back over to the United States where you belong. We're not going to keep you here. I'm not entirely sure, because we see that portrayed, in movies and TV shows all the time, so I'm not entirely sure of that. But for prison, this guy is definitely going to prison. I don't want to say death row, because I don't really think he is going there, but for prison. Now, what prisoners are going to see, and what I've been told throughout my life, is there's 2 big things that prisoners do not like, and that is a woman beater / mother beater and a pedophile. Now, in the eyes of the law, she's 15 years old. This guy was 50 years old, 35 years older than this girl. He's going to walk in those doors. More than likely, they watch the news, because prisoners are allowed TVs in prison. This guy's going to walk in, and they're going to immediately see him as a pedophile, and prison life is not going to be easy for this guy in any way. No way, shape, or form. If I were him, I'd be watching over my shoulder every time. I'd be afraid to go to sleep, because I'd be afraid somebody's going to come in my cell and shank me to death, or pretty much beat me within an inch of my life. But thank the Lord that she was found, and according to ABC News here, which is where I am getting some of this information from, they said that she was found healthy and safe. So thank God she's okay, because if she had been killed, that'd have been more charges on him. And what I've also been told is that every state that he took her through, Tennessee all the way over to California, they're each going to hit him with charges of kidnapping. Well, maybe not as precisely kidnapping, but he's getting charges throughout those states, starting with California and probably ending in Tennessee, because he took her all the way across country. he had a motive, and that motive, in my opinion, was to get some sort of attention from this girl or something from her. I'm not exactly sure what, and then dump the body as far as possible with hopes of no one ever finding it. But luckily, the Good Samaritan who owned that property cooperated with law enforcement, and law enforcement was able to get in there and get this girl. So that dude definitely deserves a round of applause from everyone, because if he hadn't have been there, if I would suspect that if that guy hadn't have been there, or if this guy had Cummins had went to another place, she would have been dead. And I hate to be that grim, but I think that's how things would have gone. So I want to hear your opinion on this situation, because it's been all over the news, all over Facebook, I think YouTube as well. You've seen it on the internet more than likely. So I want to know your thoughts on this situation down below in the comments. So please post a comment down below there letting me know what you think of the situation, and what do you think life is going to be like for this guy going forward. I'm interested in hearing your opinions, because this guy's got a very, very deep hole he's dug himself in, and I don't think he's probably ever going to get out, nowhere in the near future. He's probably going to spend the rest of his life behind bars. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini podcast, or a mini cast, and if you did, please slap that like button. It helps the channel out and lets me know you guys want to hear more videos about this. And if you're new to the channel, please click that subscribe button, and please click that bell so that you are notified every time that I upload. Thank you guys for listening, and I will see you guys in the next video.